Right. Yeah, the event was awesome. I think next time we need to make sure we make it shorter, but I think it was really good doing the sections each, because it meant the first video wasn't really long and then just the stories. Um, yeah, and I think both Joe and Megan did awesome at it. We had quite a few people who joined and were commenting stuff, so yeah, it was really good. Rachel couldn't make it on live, so she's going to post her section afterwards when she gets home from work. So yeah, so it's good.
Awesome. So I don't want to lead this training because this is Rebecca's training, but there's just a few things I want to say before Rebecca, I know, has planned what she wants to say with you guys. Is that okay, Bex, if I do that now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so your challenge, every single one of you, every day this week, you're going to video your story. Every single day, you're going to video your story, product and business. You have got, I don't even know how long any of your videos are. You've got to get them to 3 minutes. You have got to get them to 3 minutes. It is not hard. If you are saying your story in 3 minutes, you are not in captivating an audience the way that you could be. And by saying a story that is 15 minutes long, you're going to have, like, I'm not saying any of you have done that, but I'm saying, and actually you can't count this. I know all of you covered a section, if I'm correct. One, I think you all did Train, Eat and Think, didn't you? So that obviously, I mean, you can spend, I think, in my opinion, 5 minutes talking about what Train Like a Train, the section is. I don't necessarily want to keep using Train Like a Model. The way I've spoken about it and the way I'm actually going to turn my laptop on, and the way that I've actually been designing a new booklet that we can send out to prospects and show them what's going to be included in our plan, which I am really excited about. I have taken big inspiration from you can guess who, so they know I'm doing it, which is fine, but also from the Australians, because obviously, like, you all know the connection I have with them, and I saw it and I wanted to do this for a while, but to be quite frank with you, I have used the excuse of having no time. It's bullshit. Like, can I tell you all that now? It's bullshit. Every single one of you, in my opinion, if you really want to make this business a commitment, you should be spending 3 hours a day on this. Like, minimum, you should be really committing to this. If you want this to change your life, you've got to ask yourself, am I willing to put in an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day? Because the answer should be yes. Like, if you want this to change your life, it's not going to change your life in 15 minutes a day. Guess what? For the people that work 70-hour weeks, you know, people like Rianne, yes, they have no choice but to make that. But you guys, I know, all have 3 hours a day. Like, if you really, really wanted to make that happen, and really even someone like Rianne could find 3 hours a day, she could have 3 hours less sleep a night. I know that sounds crazy. And I actually watched a video by Gary Vee this morning that was saying, you know, you should be sleeping, as in you need 6-7 hours a week, 6-7 hours sleep a night. It's not about what you do. It's not about what you do. You know, it's not about the amount of hours that you're awake. It's what you do in those hours. So if you're thinking, I'm not getting anywhere, then guess what? You're not doing the income producing activities. Like, fact, you are not. So the one thing that pays you more than anything is talking to people. And if you are not reaching out to people and talking to as many people as possible, you should be following up first thing in the morning, all throughout the day, and last thing at night. Follow up, build a relationship with people, really give a shit about people. I really want you to all realize that this is a numbers game. You have to be talking to a lot of people every day, but I want you to treat every single person like your best friend. I need to take some of my own bloody notes because I don't know where this is coming from, but I need to make sure I say similar thing tomorrow. So this is, you know why this is like this is because I'm in a really good space right now. You can probably all tell that. This is like this because I'm in a really good space. So I have also learned lately how to do the Australian pay plan, which, let me tell you, is freaking awesome. If you know anybody in Australia or New Zealand, Rebecca, your girl, remind me to send you some screenshots. She's probably going to join the business. I've been talking to one of Rebecca's prospects privately about I am cards, and then I turned around to her and she told me she couldn't afford it, and I said, you know what we do, right? And she said, oh yeah, maybe. And I said, do you really though? And she said, not really. And I said, okay, well, this is what we do. And I told her, you know, I sent out the explanation that you all have access to. And she went, oh my God, that sounds really interesting. And I said, you know, this is, I can't remember where we're at with the conversation, but it got to that. And she said, oh wow, that's really interesting, like that's really amazing. What with her? Was we're supposed to do a 3-way chat with her for the I am cards. You can set in fact, you know what, Bex, remind me and I'll set the 3-way chat up, because I've been talking to her anyway today about stuff, and she's gonna join. Like, I've just got to we've just got to encourage her, Bex, to find the money to join up. But she's gonna, I know it, I can feel it, I can sense it. So you're gonna have a New Zealand team member by the end of the week, guaranteed. And maybe it might take a bit longer depending on the money. She's got no money, she was telling me. She's got no money. She didn't know what we do. So what I want you all to realize is make sure people know what you do. And that's not Rebecca's fault. She's been to a million events. She told me, I love connecting in with the events. I love being involved. And I was like, but you know, you could do this too. You need to ask people that question. Like, you know, you could do this too, or this could be for you as well, because people sometimes don't see it for them. Like, I don't know, Rebecca or Megan, sorry, not Rebecca, Megan or Joe, if you guys can relate to that, like whether you looked at what Rebecca was doing and thought, oh, I could never do that. And it took, you know, a number of exposures. I mean, Joe probably had what, maybe 10 exposures before she said yes. An exposure is like an event. It could be an event. It could be watching a video. It could be joining a live video. It could be having a conversation with me and Rebecca. I think Joe probably actually had 10 exposures. Megan definitely did, but Megan was a relationship that we nurtured. We really, exactly, Joe, you thought you couldn't do it and you were just lying to yourself. And Megan, you know what I love about your team is that you were the same. Like, Megan was the same. How long did we nurture that relationship for, Bex? We were for months. I class all of you as my closest friends, and I love it because Megan was like, is she wanting to talk? Is that what that is?
5 months.
5 months, see?
6 months, yeah.
Amazing. But I am so glad we did that, because look at you now. I am so glad we did that. It was worth every single second of my time. And we didn't speak to her every day, but, you know, it was a relationship that we nurtured over time. Like, I actually gave a shit about her. You know, I sent her a message. How are you today? What's going on in your world? And it really pays to do that. Like, honestly, my mind is blown with how simple this freaking shit is. It's so simple, I can't even tell you. Clients is what you got to focus on. Every single one of you. Clients. Yes, team member, but understand this. When you get a client and they try the products, and all of you have got to, if you think the product is too expensive, that is a problem with your belief. So you all need to start building that belief into Juice Plus as a product. So if your belief, and yourself, because if your belief in the product is that it is too expensive, I've had people say that to me, it's not a problem with the product. That's bullshit. People spend, oh my God, do you want to know how many people spend money on, like, I know someone that's coming out to Tenerife, they've got no money, but they found money to go on holiday. What? I used to find money, I used to do a lot of interesting things at university. Probably shouldn't say that on a recorded video, but I used to do a lot of interesting things, and I didn't have the money, but I freaking found the money because I wanted to go and party. You know what I mean? When people, it's bullshit. When people don't have the money, it's because they haven't, no means they haven't got enough information. And if they think it's too expensive, it's because you've not shown them what this product can do for them. You've got to show these people that this product can change their life, that you've got to show these people stories that relate directly to them, that make them see. And, you know, and maybe I was the same Tasha, I found the money somewhere. Yeah, exactly. You always do. And it's like, you know, Joe, perhaps, I mean, I don't know whether, Joe, maybe we haven't had this conversation, but, you know, Joe wasn't ready to join the business for 6 months. And that was because, and, you know, she probably said at the beginning to herself, I haven't got the money, I'm on benefits, I can't afford it, I need to get the kids this, that, X, Y, Z. Okay. But something switched in Joe that all of a sudden she realized she can't live like that anymore. And she switched and she thought, all of a sudden, I can't do that. I need to find the money. I need to find it. And it's like, all of you have had money challenges. I've had money challenges. But what happens when you have money challenges? You find the money. But sometimes we had a really interesting sideline chat on the Gen Y call last week, because we didn't have any prospects. So we all just like spoke between each other what was working, what wasn't working. And it was really great because we really shared like stuff. And they were saying how, you know, oh my God, I've totally forgotten what I was saying. What was I talking about? Money. Oh, frick. Money. I was talking about money, and I was talking about people finding money. It doesn't matter. It'll come back to me. But But the point what I'm trying to make is your belief needs to grow. You need to work on that belief, and you need to talk to a lot of people, and you got to talk about the Model Me program. You got to send that when I finished it. I'll finish it by tonight, tomorrow probably. You got to send that out to everybody, just, you know, and send this message to people. This is a really fantastic message. Hey, hope you're well. Just wanted to share with you our brand new program. We've just relaunched, or we've just launched the Model Me program. And I know this is something that maybe you've heard of before. Like, you know, maybe you've heard me talk about, I don't mean Juice Plus. I mean, you can say, maybe you've heard me talk about Model Me before. Maybe this is something that you've seen on my Facebook, but, you know, I really just wanted to share it with you first. I wanted you to be one of the first 5 people that I shared it with, because I'm so excited about what I'm about to do with this and how many lives we're about to change. And, you know, I'd really love to add you to our testimonial group and our self-love group as well, which is called Love Unites. And I realized, by the way, I typed Love Unites and how fitting that is with Pride this weekend. I didn't mean to do that. Excuse me. But that's what you should be saying to people. You know, just because people said no, well, they're not interested now. The fact that you're talking about a program now, more than honestly, we're going to talk about the program every single second that we can. Okay, I want you to get on the phone with people as quickly as possible. As soon as you can get on the phone with them, and guess what? Put me to work. Put me to work. I am so free for the next 2 weeks. Like, apart from my flight home and for 4 hours on next Wednesday, like, I am so free. Like, every single one of you should be ringing me going, I need you to talk to somebody now. Are you free? Okay, cool. Free a call. Hi. Blah, 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 blah. 10 minutes. Okay, bye. They join, they get the product. Boom. Okay? Like, let me tell you something. The Italians, not these Italians, different Italians, the most number of sales in Europe is done by the Italian team. It doesn't matter what it's called. The Italian team. Why do they get so many sales? Because they focus so hard on customers. They don't do events, by the way. Doesn't mean we're not going to. We're still going to do events because it helps all of us and confidence and everything, and I love them. But imagine if we didn't do events, but we were still getting customers left, right, and center. Imagine what they're doing. They are talking to loads of people. I'm going to send you all a template. In fact, maybe I can send it now. 1 minute. I'm going to send it in this chat, and I'll send it after. Maybe, hopefully it's the last thing I copied. I copy and paste so much on my phone. Yeah, okay. This is a template that I've just been sending out. So the World Nate is this social media thing. It's this couple that basically are working online. They're working online, and they've made this video about how they can teach other people to do the same, basically. And I was thinking, oh shit, they've got people working for them, but they haven't. They're just doing this program. Basically what they do is sponsorship for brands and stuff like that. But that's fucking hard, by the way, what they're doing. Like, I have had a brief look at their training, but we do that already. We have a product. You know what's amazing, guys, is that we have a product that actually fucking works. Excuse my French, but it's actually a good product. Like, you look at these other products like Herbalife and you think, oh, and let me tell you, Herbalife is a shit product. Anyone ever heard of Herbalife? Anyone? Okay, you've all heard of it. Bex, you've all heard of it, right? Herbalife is one of the shittest things that was ever made by humans. I can't even tell you how bad it is. It's full of caffeine. It's full of crap. I've never even looked into it myself. That's just what I've heard from people. It makes people bloated. It's the same as whey protein. It's crap. Anyway, I would never say that to a customer. You should never say that to a new person. You should never say that to your new team member. Don't slag off other companies. Don't do that. It doesn't pay you. It's not nice. We come from a company that is all of our heart, all of love. The only reason I'm sharing it with you is because what I'm trying to say to you is Herbalife is one of the biggest network marketing companies in the world. Why? Can anybody tell me why? If the product's shit, if the product's not good, tell me why.
Advertising.
Huh?
Advertising.
Okay, but what about the advertising?
It's everywhere.
Word of mouth. Right? And what are they talking about? What's the number one thing I always say people join the team for? Begins with a C.
Community.
Right? Community. Yeah. Herbalife have made this amazing movement of community of people that love each other and want to spend time with each other, and their conferences are huge, and like, that's exciting. You know, people look at that and they go, oh God, I want to be part of that. You have to create a community. You have to really share. Like, I don't know if you probably have, because you three are pretty shit hot on social media. But when I feel like it's something that the whole team can talk about, I will tag you all in the post. So I've got like 25 people tagged in the post. And my advice is then I would go and if that resonates with you, if that's something you want to share again, I would go and write the same thing later on. And, you know, if you don't want it to look like you copied and pasted me, which by the way, like, don't ever do that. If you're going to copy and paste, just freaking share someone's stuff. You should never share anybody's stuff on Juice Plus, like as in directly share. Like if you see Olivia Measures and you love a post, do not go and share her post. Do not, like, don't do that, please. Like, what are you trying to do? Send all your freaking prospects to her? Don't do that. Like, it's the worst thing you could ever do. The other thing is, be careful. Not Olivia Measures. She's amazing. I love her. But be careful. If you follow people on Juice Plus, be careful about liking their posts. Don't like. Just watch. Watch and scroll. Watch and scroll. Don't comment. Don't like. Unless it's Lauren or it's someone in Team YOLO that you can probably trust, or like your upline like me, fine. But just be careful is all I'm going to say to you, because before people have been stung, what happens is certain people, not everybody in Juice Plus is nice, by the way. I'd hate to break it to you. But what happens is, like, for example, some people, let's say you go and like, I don't want to use Olivia Measures as an example because she's not an example. Let's say a guy called Jerry who's in someone else's team, way sidelined to you. He's not in Lauren's team. He's not in Team YOLO. You've never met him, blah, blah, blah. But you know he's really big in social media. He's PMD, right? You go and like one of his posts. You don't know that he is going to go onto your Facebook list, your friend list, and going to add all your friends. That has happened before. Don't do that. And also, what you'll notice, if you go onto my Facebook, none of you can see my friends. Not one of you. If you go on to try and watch my Facebook friend list, I mean, it should be like this, you can't see my friend list. All of you can make your friend list private, and I suggest you do that. Then people can't go through and add all your friends. They can go and add people that have liked your posts, but this is just like kind of normal basic stuff that I think I've never said to you guys before. But I really think from an event standard, from a business standard, from now, every single one of you, follow Instagram, she's just supposed to be a different team. That's fine. Let her follow your Instagram. Just don't add her on Facebook. All your profiles should be public too, by the way. You want to make sure that's a thing. I want us to all develop pages eventually. I want us to all get to a level where we're having a page. It's not something I'm going to encourage at the beginning. I don't want you to tell a new team member to do that. It's too overwhelming. But eventually you should all have a page, because eventually we are going to do advertising and you're going to pay for ads, because that's how you're going to get big freaking customers. Like, that is what they're doing. They told me. It's fine, I can tell you. That's what they're doing. That's what Eliana's doing. She does adverts on Facebook, and that's how people find her. And that's why she gets so many customers and team members. But she gets her team members from customers. Let me tell you a secret. Okay, let's use a comparison. For example, Megan joins the team. She's been on the products for 3 months already? She already has a story. Megan gets to DD in her first 6 weeks, I think, because she already has a story. Imagine if you signed up 10 customers, you looked after them, you checked in on them, you sent them quotes, hi, how are you? What's going on? Spend time with your customers, spend effort with them, send them videos. Oh, I was thinking of you, thought I'd send you this. You can copy and paste the same message, by the way. Like, do you know what I mean? When I send quotes individually, sometimes I'll forward the same quote to certain people because I know it resonates with the same one. For example, if it's about, depression and like loving yourself, then I'll probably send it to you three, all the same thing, because I know that resonates with all of you. Does that make sense? So in your head, probably, and even you can write it down, have categories of people that you speak to. And with customers, you can do the same thing. Not everybody's going to resonate with quotes, but the ones that are, you've got to look after them. What we're really going to do, what I really want us to focus on more than anything is this month, go and just get loads of customers. Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of customers. The reason I've introduced 2 more packages, or 3, is because I really want us to work with people's budgets. And I don't want you to ever push someone on a gold if they're saying their budget is £80 a month. If it's £80 a month, fine. Let them go on the £80 a month budget. There's a budget for that. And you've got to really make sure you're meeting people where they're at. Don't push anybody onto something that they're not ready to join on. They can always add gold later on. And I really want us to, oh my God, I'm so out of breath. Clients is just the focus. Clients. Team is what pays you eventually. If you get 5 good clients and you look after them, you're going to get 5 good team members. And guess what? When they join your business, they say, you know what, I'm ready. I'm sharing this with people. If you look after customers too, guess what? You can ask for referrals. You can enter their friendship groups. They're going to love you and trust you and support you and want to join your live videos and comment on your shit and be your best friend. You want to be as many people's best friend as possible. Like, that's basically the goal. And then you can turn around to them when they give you referrals. You can say, hey, you know what? Did you ever consider doing this yourself? Some people are going to say no because they don't want to, and that's fine. But the ones that say yes, you are going to have them join their business. And guess what? They're already going to have a story, which means they're going to fast track very quickly to something like SDD or SC even, because guess what? They already have a story. So if any of you have customers too, and Rebecca, I'm talking mainly to you in this respect, and Megan, I know you have a couple that have been on the products for a couple of months. I want you to go to them and ask them for referrals. I want you to say, hey, you know what? We're just relaunching the Model Me program. You know, I really, how is your journey? In fact, first ask them how the journey is. Make sure they love the product. You know, ask them how the journey is, what's going on. Even your parents that are on the product, and say, you know, and even if you have family that are unsupportive, like Joe, I know you have that struggle right now, ask them, say, you know, this might not be for you, and that's fine, but I'm your daughter or I'm your friend. Like, who do you know that I can help? Because I know you know someone that I can help. Can I talk to them? Or in fact, don't even ask them. Go on their Facebook and add all their friends. Like, that's another thing to do. I actually did that with one of my old distributors, and I've got now loads of people from the Midlands like, do I know you? I'm like, you do now. So I really just wanted to say that at the beginning of this call. I'm really proud of you for getting off your asses, that doing that big Goya and just going and doing an event. And I'm really proud of you, Rebecca, for saying, you know what, we're doing this, whether you like it or not. Every single one of you needs to develop that attitude, like develop that will and that determination to do it, whether you feel shit or you feel wonderful. Because when you feel shit is when you grow the most, and when you see the most improvement, and also really when you really feel crap, that's actually normally when you give the best performance, because it's really coming from the heart, you know. So I just really wanted to share those points with you in this first 20 minutes of the call, because I have so many things going on in my head right now, and I just feel like there's so many things we're not focusing on. Like, I know I told you all to focus on team. I'm not saying don't, I'm saying do. Still present the opportunity. The message I've just sent you, that is a business opportunity message. That is not a product message. But what I'm trying to say to you all is, clients, when you nurture your clients, you're going to get a freaking amazing team. And please don't worry about numbers, promotions. That's my job. That's Rebecca's job. That's not your job. Like, please don't be sitting there writing down everything, but you need to let me and Rebecca know every time you put in an order, so we can track the orders. What the Juice Plus office in Switzerland, the head office, was set on fire last weekend, and that meant that all the systems were down. So Eliana was hitting QNMD and they couldn't check the numbers. But thankfully, because she'd recorded everything, all her customers, everything, all her team, everything, you know, just on a note on like Evernote, which if you don't use, it's a fantastic app. I just showed Megan it today. Or like use a notebook, like honestly, do that. So I just really think clients should be our focus. If you've got friends that you think are interested that can't afford it, like Joe, you've got Alexander, ask Alexander who he knows that you can help. Yes, Joe, that probably would be right. Actually, I didn't make that connection. Yeah, probably. But imagine if that it's not going to happen again, touch wood. But imagine if that happens and you're about to hit SC and you're like, frick, I'm 500 points off, but I thought I had them. Do I have them or not? Because if you've kept the numbers and I've kept the numbers, then I can tell and show the office and be like, she's got the points. Do you know what I mean? So is there anything, Rebecca, from what I've said before you go on to what you're doing that didn't make sense, or you feel like I need to elaborate on, or that you wanted to pick up on yourself?
No, I think that was all. Well, fine. I do think it's a really good point of focusing on clients, customers. You know, I for one, I'm not the best at remembering to follow up, but I'm going to make it part of, you know, I don't know, is it a weekly task, Tasha, to maybe just go check in with your customers, or more regular than that, or?
It depends. Vibe off them. See what they're feeling.
Right.
For me, with some customers, I'm talking to them every other day at the moment, because I know that they're interested in the business. Like Jessie has a customer in Australia that just signed up to the Gold. And she said to me on the call, and this is, guys, this is what's awesome about our products. Jessie has her friend, John, that joined on the products. And guess what? I didn't even know that he was having a good experience. Nobody even shared with me. Anyway, guess what John's been doing? Recommending Juice Plus, and Jessie didn't even know. He met up with his friend from Australia, who's from England, but moved to Australia. And she hugged him and she's like, John, all of you is gone. You've lost your weight. You look amazing. And he's like, it's this product called Juice Plus. It's changed my life. You've got to get on it. Oh my God, you'll love it. I'm like, Jessie told me he'd said that. And I'm like, what? Anyway, we jump on a call when I'm in Vegas. I did it 11 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock in the morning for Jessie, and it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon for this girl in Australia. Don't even ask about time zones. Anyway, we got on the phone for 20 minutes. We tell her everything. She says, I'm 99% sure I'm going to join the business. 99% sure, she says. But right now I'm just a bit too busy. I've just moved, blah, blah, blah. I want to see how the products work. Okay, great. I have been texting her every other day. I sent her, she's not on Facebook, so I've been sending her workouts from, she's really into her fitness, workouts from James Knight. It turns out she's been a bit bloated from having the shakes for the first time. So I've been saying to her, hey, you could try this, you could try that. Maybe it's the way you're having the shake. Do you know what I mean? I've just been really nurturing her. So I think that you've just got to vibe off that person. I'm going to nurture that girl like never before. And she's not going to be my front line, but she's going to be Jessie's front line. And that takes the team even more international. And it's not about me. It's about Jessie. It's about this girl. It's about knowing that this business can change her life. So I think that every single one of you should realize that you just got to meet people where they're at. Like Megan, for example, Rebecca, Megan needed that WhatsApp group. See what I mean? Whereas Joe, I didn't speak to Joe really for a few months, but Megan needed that group. That was the difference. So you just meet people where they're at. Yeah. And sometimes you're going to have to figure it out. And, you can ask them, you can say, is it okay if I check in with you every other day, or is that too much for you? Like, you'll know because they might, like, I'm much better now than I ever have been, but I used to be shite of following up with people. And like, if I was someone's customer, they would know it would take me like 3 days to get back to them. So you can ask them, hey, look, I don't want to pester you, but you're my friend and I really want to make sure this works for you. I really want to help you, blah, 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 blah. Tag them in shit on Facebook, not like stupid. Don't scroll and find stuff to do, please. On the groups, make sure they're in all the testimonial groups, the self-love group, make sure they've met me, like put them in a 3-way chat with me. I want to do with a self-love group. I'd really love all your ideas. All of you girls have come from, I didn't realize, but, I've obviously just shared my thing on Facebook. And can I encourage you all to do that? Please be real. Share your shit, because I can't tell you how many people it is like brought back into my life. So I know that's probably quite a hard thing, especially for you, Rebecca, right now, but gear yourself up for that, because you don't know how many people you can help. You just don't know how many people you can help.
Do you think it's best just writing it, videoing it, or?
I think writing it. I wrote mine. I think you say it on video all the time anyway.
Yeah.
We have a video of it too, but you're going to do that every day anyway this week because you've got to practice your story. But I would write it. I would find pictures of you that, like, do you really think I wanted to share pictures of me in my horrible underwear? Like, no way. Like my tan underwear that I wear for photo shoots, like, definitely not. But I knew in the bottom of me, I knew saying that was going to help me recover. Like, do you know what I mean? Saying that was going to help me recover, like, it was going to help other people. It was going to build my profile. It's going to talk about Model Me, like, talk about it saying, the Model Me program has helped me done this. Like, you can copy and paste some of the stuff from not copy and paste, but, take inspiration from how I've spoke about how Model Me has helped. But I really encourage you to all just be real, do it. Like, it literally choked me up when I was writing it, because I was like, I don't feel like me. It's like another person. It's like another life. And I probably don't like to say it, but maybe I was like depressed at that time in my life. Like, I don't like to use the word depressed, but I was not myself. And I'd really like all of your, all of you have come from a background that have struggled with that. I'd really like you all to add value to the self-love group. And if you're not sure on what to do, let's have a conversation, a private chat with you and me, and let's find out what you think has helped you the most. because that group, I really want that group to be something that everybody and anybody can be in, whether they're interested. They hate Just Plus are the biggest skeptic in the world, because they need to see, what's the word?
Community.
Exactly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, yeah, what I was going to say about following up with people, I need to get better at following up with customers, definitely. And yeah, I understand what you mean of kind of go with what they're like. Like I've got one who Emma, who's in Texas. She actually goes off her own back and messages me now. She messaged me the other day, and I think I posted it in the testimonial group, and she just messaged me saying, "Good morning, beautiful. I hope you have a fantastic day." Something. And she Snapchats me every day as well. I've got her on Snapchat. I've got her on Instagram. I've got her on Facebook, and she talks to me every single day. Even if I've not messaged her, she will talk to me. And she was interested in the business as well when she originally joined, but I think it was a money issue or time issue. She wanted to see what the products were like. But I keep talking to her every single day. You know, I've got to the point with this girl now where she's wanting to come over and see me, and I'm going to go visit her when I've got a passport and money. So, you know, but then I've got another lady who messaged me. She's my hairdresser. She messaged me off her own back to sign up to the gold package from a different distributor. And I never hear from her. I've checked in with her a few times, and she just says, you know, she's doing well on the products, and that's all it kind of goes. She doesn't really talk much to me, but that's fine because I'm at least still checking in with her. You know, you're still making the effort with them. Even if they don't want to chat with you, that's absolutely fine. At least you're showing you care. And, you know, I added her to the customer groups and stuff. She never interacts with any of the posts, but at least she's there and she can see them to help her and stuff. So, and I know that if she never needed help or advice or whatever, then she'd come to me because I've checked in with her. But me myself, I'm going to make it a priority that I do that more often, because Tasha's right. You know, it's a pure example with Megan of staying in touch and just chatting and stuff, and just being there when they want to talk to you is so important. So yeah, it's definitely a good idea. I think we should all definitely do more of that. One thing Joe wanted me to quickly cover on a different note was follow up on the people from this event. So what I do is I just message them and say thank you so much for joining the event, and then they'll reply, say how did you find it, or it's kind of like a bit of a follow up, like from when they've watched a video. You know, say what interested you the most, or you know, and just kind of follow up how you would with, you know, when you send a video to people. Ask the 4 questions, and kind of just go from there. Does that make sense? Do you know what the 4 questions are? Are you shaking your head at you? So first one is what interested you the most. So it encourages a positive answer. If you just say, did you like it, or that sort of thing, they can turn around and be like, no, I didn't. So say what interested you the most. So then you can gauge whether it was product or business or both, what interested them and what you can chat to them. God, I'm forgetting myself. What interested you the most? Oh, tell me more about that, I think.
Yeah. So the first one is what interested you the most. Then ask them, tell me more about that a couple of times. And then the second one is, what would you most like this opportunity to do for you? And then ask that again twice, 3 times. The third one is, what is your driving force? Like, what is your why? And the final one is, do you have any other questions for me?
Yeah. So ask those questions, and then you can kind of gauge what they got from the event. And, you know, some might just reply and just say it's not for them, but well done on joining the event. And that's absolutely fine. You know, you just thank them again for joining, and that's one exposure basically. And then, you know, if they outright say, no, it's not for me, don't invite me again, then fair enough. But, you know, that's one exposure for someone who might join in the future. So you can invite them to future ones. This lady who Tasha was on about talking to, she has been to so many. And I just messaged her afterwards and said, thank you for joining. And she's always saying, I love joining them. I love your positivity. And I think, I don't know how many she's been to, like tons. tons of events. She's always at. I always go and invite her because I know she's gonna love it. And yeah, she always goes. So I don't know how many exposures she's had, but it just shows it does take a few times for people to sort of get on board and whatnot. So can someone send me it so I can know? Yeah, I'll write it down and send you it. Oh, awesome, Joe. Thank you. I've seen Rachel's just joined. Rachel, don't worry about missing this because we've recorded it, so I'll send you it afterwards. But yes. Any other questions? Because I think we're about to get...
What up, Rachel?
I did not expect that at all.
I just had to let her know that we knew she was here.
What up? We're about to get cut off anyway, so awesome, guys, for joining.
You want to do another one?
We can do if anyone's got any things they want to talk about. Anyone?
Did you say everything you needed to say in 10 minutes, Bex? Oh my god, I'm so proud.
I think I can join in for about another 10 minutes and then I have to put children to bed, but I can do another one.